Do you remember when that NCAA rule change took effect and we watched players flood out of the BCHL and the USHL and come on over and try the waters in the CHL? Why not? They were interested in doing it. They could keep their NCAA eligibility open, and this was the best thing ever for the CHL, right? Access to a greater pool of talent. Well, how things have changed now that the OHL season comes to an end. Look at the Barrie Colts. Bye-bye, Sam Hillebrand and Anthony Romani. The Brampton Steelheads, so long, Luke Misa. And reports that Misa's teammate and buddy, Porter Martone, also being made an offer to Penn State, an offer reportedly worth more than $250,000. And then you've got Malcolm Spence in Erie. Spence projected to be a first-rounder in next month's NHL draft, and he says, I'm headed to the NCAA. Look, we said this at the beginning. Opening up options for players is a good thing. We want them to have some sort of freedom of movement. And listen, you're asking an awful lot for a player at the age of 15 to make a decision for their next 4 or 5 years of their career. Where they want to go and the options that exist are important. But what about for OHL teams and a little something called roster certainty? Do you think maybe the Barrie Colts were thinking of running it back next year and Anthony Romani and his offense would have been a part of that? How about the Brampton Steelheads? Didn't have the season they were hoping for after loading up. Pieces like Misa and Martone would be valuable pieces to reacquire assets. And I'm not sure the Erie Otters were finished building around Malcolm Spence, and now he's gone too. Again, players having options is a good thing, but how is an OHL team to work through the junior hockey cycle without a little more certainty in that roster? We also can't deny players the right to make some money or make a living in this game, but things are getting a little cloudier out there, and I can't help but think guardrails are going to have to be brought into place so that players have freedom or more freedom of movement and OHL teams still have some level of roster certainty. There's a lot of questions still to be answered as we head into an interesting offseason. I'm Farwell. It's Friday. We'll see you at the rink.